Is that the 5 years? This Pfizer? It went from 32 to 48?
Yeah, it's not that exciting.
Is that it?
That was a crypto. You wouldn't even look at it. Here? Yeah.
I'm so numb.
If that were Internet Computer, you wouldn't even be looking at it.
I know, that's true.
If that was assembly protocol, you wouldn't even look at it.
Wouldn't care.
I was at an antique shop one time. This guy pops up. Mm-hmm. He comes in, literally, I fucking shit you not. He goes like this. Look who it is, Nick. It's a fucking antique shop filled with people.
This is not is this an MDE fan?
Nope.
Okay,
nope.
So this is like a regular...
I'm just making conspiracy theory jokes with this guy one time for like 25 minutes. I come back in the next time. There's people in the shop. Nick.
Is this an adult?
It's an adult, a fucking 50-year-old man who's kind of dressed well. Like, okay. And I'm like, whoa, easy, man. Like, fucking what the easy. Yeah. He's got a Rottweiler. Mm-hmm. He sells stuff to me. He's like bipolar shop, like trash and nice stuff, and like, I want 30,000 for it. I'll take $1, 10 cents, pick them all up, like just like all over the board. Like, I'm like, oh, he's got a Rottweiler in there, and like as he's talking to me, like his Rottweiler's like sniffing like a toddler, like in a very dangerous way, and I'm like, can you? And he's like, oh, he's fine. His name's Django. That was his name, Django. But he's like, I invented gift cards. And he told me about how gift cards work. Mm-hmm. Something about timing. Have you ever heard of that? Mm-mm. How like that's how a credit card works, where the numbers are all worked on like a rhythm of 0 to 9, 0 to 9, 0 to 9, 0 to 9. Like, and I was like, somehow I walked away with like, oh yeah, that's how they work. Like, I didn't really get it, but it kind of made sense. And I was like, oh yeah, like the 3, like you can't replicate these numbers because they're stamped in time. And then like it kind of like blockchain somehow made sense to me. Like when my my fucking fat fucking cholesterol face was like, I get it.
You have a wide, diverse crypto portfolio. You sent me the screenshots last night. I was laughing. There's things I've never heard of that shit.
No?
I don't know what half those things are.
Quant?
What
Solana.
What in the shit is Quant?
Quant is what's Quant? People are pretty excited about it, but people were shouting off. It was one of those like fucking idiot projects. But is this a thing about cryptocurrency that there's really no projects? It's just basic IP, one head IP, and lots of money raising.
Most of it is people finding, with varying degrees of plausibility, ways of concocting things that sound like businesses and companies.
Implementation of blockchain technology with their name on it.
So those are just like, those are buzzwords, and the more sort of complex and sophisticated you are with your buzzwords and your shit, the more legit you can make your project seem, and the more like of a brainier crowd of people you can attract.
It's the same thing regurgitated, right? And that's what I'm starting to figure out. Like
mostly,
late.
yeah.
I'm late in the game to kind of like, just
different phases.
80 billion like valuation, no projects. Mm-hmm. How the fuck does that happen? Mm-hmm. And then you see like Charles Hawkinson palling around in Africa.
To give,
I'm just getting started with this crypto.
to give $10 million to some corrupt Ethiopian or Kenyan or whatever government to do photo ops and to let him dick around and pretend to do a project is like nothing for them. You know?
But you think about that though.
Yeah,
that's the like a little bit of the fucky part about it all.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it's yeah.
That's the weird thing, that you could essentially call all of it shitcoin, other than like utility token, like SushiSwap, PancakeSwap, Uniswap. Like they're serving a function inside the cryptocurrency, inside the like those guys are working. They're actually working on something. Other than that, it's really just Bitcoin and then the swaps. I mean, or am I retarded?
There's a ton of hustlers.
Yeah, a ton of hustlers, right? It's just like immediately the past like 2 weeks, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Well, that's what I spent so much time doing between 2015 and 2014. That's when Ethereum. That's the Ethereum crowd sale. So between 2014, that's when it really started to heat up. Until before then, it was just like Litecoin and Namecoin and Prime Coin and things that were like blatant copies of Bitcoin, and they didn't have any they didn't really have any airs of pretending to be anything different. But 2014 is when the ICO shit really started to
I remember where I was
boil.
when you told me to buy fucking Ethereum for like $9.
Yeah.
I remember where I was in the road, and I was like, "This, oh, there's another one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's another one." I was probably stoned. I'm smoking a joint. I'm like, "Yeah, fucking antiques, dude. I bought Anyway, yeah, back to the, dude, I just bought these tables. Fucking, like, carved.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, early Eastlake, like 1889, like black walnut fucking carved tables with marble tops. One of them's got the finial missing, but it's a pair, which is so rare. Anyway, I got it for like $140, and I'm gonna sell them for like probably like $300. Anyway, Ethereum is $9. What is that? All right, I gotta go. Phantom. I like it. So the joke is always Donald Trump saying fucking
saying the name,
just saying fucking cryptocurrency coins, just all day. That's not my job. Mm-hmm. like I can't even think of any right now. I'm just trying to think of the ones I own, like the bullshit.
Mm-hmm. There were so many, like 2017, 2018. There that was like peak blockchain, and by peak blockchain I mean this like fantasy that this new computer engineering thing was going to somehow be magically applicable to every business. And everybody and their mother was talking about microinsurance, decentralized microinsurance for Sri Lankan farmers on the blockchain. Shipping,
Man, they need that.
Shipping provenance. So you would how are you going to know when there's a spinach and E. coli breakout with spinach? Well, you're going to know because the shipping container has a unique ID on the Hyperledger blockchain, and it's going to alert you automatically.
Loop ring.
Everything's connected. When your washing machine runs out of detergent, it's automatically going to send a message. This was IBM. Fuck. And this was so stressful for me because I had like a life-changing amount of money tied up in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I'm sitting there and they're talking about Hyperledger, and Hyperledger is this thing that you can't buy, and it's this industry consortium of the Linux Foundation and IBM and all these other people, and they're trying to make a proprietary, I think it might be open source or like open license or whatever, but it's a thing like you couldn't get rich off of it.
It just served a purpose.
Every day I'm reading these articles trying to suss out whether there's going to be something that comes along that kills Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever and makes this money that I have valueless. Yeah, shipping containers. Your laundry machine's going to order its own detergent. There was this thing called Slock It, which was the big hack in the early days of Ethereum. There was this hack for $100 million or something. The DAO is what it was called, the Distributed Autonomous Organization. I had $100,000 that I almost lost, but it was in the DAO, and their idea was that they were going to have a lock. This is so preposterous. It's crazy. A lock that's like connected to the internet, and when you send payment to something, it like unlocks for you. And they were gonna have a distributed Airbnb type thing, which is just preposterous. But like this is what
you do this, and then you gotta stay somewhere.
You send a transaction to some address, and without any human involvement, it automatically unlocks for you. I mean, you run an Airbnb. Can you imagine doing anything like this? Where you never see your customers.
Yes, I do though.
You do?
I would.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
No bullshit.
Well, maybe we should invest.
If I could do Slock, and they're like this, we will autofill your house. But the only people that are showing up are like guys who are just cranking it on my pillows.
Don't you vet the people that come to your house though?
Yeah, they have to have stays.
Okay.
I've sold it, so I don't run one now. Currently I don't, but I've ran two.
I see what you're saying. Okay. So you would need a reputation system, which is what Chainlink is perfect for.
The smart contract profile from Chainlink is superior to Chainlink rises to 1,000.